Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Aries. And thank you so much for joining me. And on this channel, on my channel, and also on my Facebook page if you've come across this video on Facebook. So I kind of keep wanting to flick my hair and it's not really moving. It's like, it's kind of like, so something is in my face or in my hair. Anyway, we'll see where that takes us. For some reason I wanted to feel like I needed to share that, so it's all part of the message. So I'm just going to keep shuffling as I'm talking because there's a little bit of energy here, something wanting to get moving, get rocking, get rolling, get twisting, whatever it is. Anyway, so I'll just get back to my intro, shall I? So anyway, thank you for that. Thank you for the likes, shares, comments, and for subscribing to my channel, for those of you who have. For those of you who haven't, I invite you to subscribe now or at the end of the video. So there is a red, hopefully I've got the little red box that's in the corner, bottom corner of the screen that's there, or on my, just between the video and the description box there is, you can subscribe there as well. So the other thing is that I am taking bookings for readings, but I'm also putting out some certificates, gift certificates for readings and all healing sessions. So they pretty much cost the same for the same time, amount of time spent there. It's just check out my check it out. Anyway, get in touch with me. My details are in the description box below if you're wanting to make an appointment in person or online, either way, for a reading, healing, or coaching session, okay? And or a clearing session of your property or whatever you're looking for. Okay, so anyway, let me see what's going on. So this is for you. Yes, you, yeah. This is for the rest of the year. Okay, however, it's not quite. Hold this space, watch this space. So this is for you, yes, Aries. This is for you, and Aries, and maybe in your chart is Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for you. So welcome. The other thing is these readings. I just want to remind that these readings are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So check out what the other signs are saying, what your other signs are saying, if it's kind of not fully resonating with you or not at all. So it may be that it's because it's more of a forecast that may not resonate with you right now. Some of you it may be slightly resonating with you, but that's because it's more of a forecast and it's maybe something to come forward yet. But let's just see how that rolls, eh? So anyway, the other thing is, like I say, check out one of your other signs. I think that's what I really need to talk about, isn't it now? It's kind of gone moved. Something's moving. Something is moving quite quickly in the background there. And I feel like something has been moving quite quickly for you. It may be something that you've moved quickly. So that's maybe something, oh gosh, where are they going with that? Something that you've put out for and you didn't put out for and you ended up with, and now you've got it, and it's like, okay, so what do I do with this, or do I just carry on with it? So for some of you, that may be a job promotion, it may be a new job, maybe a relationship, and it's, or whatever it is, in some way or form, there's something new that that's there. So with the Ace of Pentacles, so it must have been, okay, so it must be what you may have put out for was a new job, something to do with financially or money in some way or form. Whether it's buying a house, the loan may have come through, or you may have won some money or something like that, but something new in this past, recent past there. So the way this reading is going to go is like intuitively it went like this before, where your spirit would bring me something like in the now or in the recent past, but in the now, moving on into the future, and the story unfolds until we get get to the outcome. So it runs through, the past, present, future, what's going on for you, and the challenge ahead, and a bit of advice, and the possible outcome, okay? So just a reminder that these reads, they, like I say, they are general, so we have freedom of choice. So it's not, if this does not resonate with you, it doesn't resonate with you, okay? If it does, then wonderful. And like I say, this may not resonate. I don't know why I'm saying this again, repeating it, but it may be more, if it doesn't resonate, more of a forecast for you, okay? So there may be someone out there that's kind of like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, about what may be coming up. So it's just, and that's fine, okay? Love and light to you and everyone, actually. So the Ace of Pentacles, something new has come up for you in the recent past, and you've like I've got before, it's like you may have balked at it, moved into, and moving forward, and, and it's like maybe seeing something as a risk, or can I do that, or is it me, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, okay, I feel like some of you have actually jumped on board with it, giving it a shot and seeing how you go. And maybe finding out that actually it's not that bad after all. Yes, it might be a bit stressful, but some of you, I feel like it's been a relief overall, and you're glad that you did do it, because it's like maybe pushed you outside of your comfort zone in some way or form, okay? Then we have the Seven of Wands. So the Seven, Wands is always about action, basically. So it talks about I will not give up. So this is like in the present. So I will not give up. So there's something about where you feel like, like I say, in the past, you might think, oh God, I might be a bit out of my depth here. But you know what? You've got the goods in you. You being you, Spirit is saying, you can do it. And it's like you can always change your mind after, but I don't feel like you will. Many of you, some of you might think about that, and it's, like in the sense, oh God, what have I done? But there is definitely some action in there, and it's like, yeah, I will not give up. So whether it's I feel like a lot of it is a mental, emotional battle, like you're getting in your head, and it's like, there's a lot of thinking and overthinking, and which can lead to some sort of not so good thinking, like going back into yourself and what ifs and all that sort of thing, overthinking it, maybe being a little bit picky with, often when we can take things out on our loved ones, and it's like, anyway, you'll know what they mean by that Seven of Wands. With this energy, but it's definitely some action going on there with you. I do feel like this is you, obviously, because it is a fire sign card with the wands. Okay, brilliant. I'm just going to move those over there a bit. Kind of moving them, want to keep moving them around a bit, because there's a lot, like I say, there's a bit of energy there. So the things are moving around, basically shifting and shaping. Something is shifting and shaping into something else. Basically shifting and shaping into something else. Let me see what else we've got. For Aries in the future, for them coming up. Okay, the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man in this deck talks about, I now surrender, thy will be done. Okay, and then we have the Death card. So something is coming to an end. There's a rebirth. So I know this too shall pass. So in the future, there may be something, with whatever is going on, you may go in your head a bit. And there may be some things that are cropping up, and, like with you, like being of two minds in a way, but because the Hanged Man talks about, I now surrender, thy will be done. So it's kind of, it's like, I feel like there's something like in the way that you're thinking and doing things about something about when you're wanting to move or make a move, but you can't make a move, or there's just this uncertainty, and you want to go this way. Next minute you're going to go this way, but then you get so far, and there's this uncertainty that comes through again. It's like not trusting yourself or not moving, and then it's like gung-ho again. It's like so, but I feel like whatever it is that you're working through, it's like you start to see things from another point of view, or from another angle, basically. So, which will help you to free yourself, like with this right leg moving. So for me, the right leg, the right side is about physical movement. So if we're like right leg there, tied by the ankle, I mean, normally we're tied by the neck. So this is like about you physically moving forward in something. Also, possibly emotionally, but more so physically, I feel. At this point for some reason, and it could be to do with moving towards a male energy, or a male energy around you that you're not moving away from. But it's something about, it's like, I don't know, because well, I do know, actually it's coming through now. It's like, actually you do know, yeah, okay. When I said I don't know, I actually said that for you. So it's like you maybe think, oh, I don't know about this, but actually you do know. Because I feel like you're too busy listening to what others might think or feel, rather than because it's like you're judging yourself, but other than what you want, what is going to feed your soul, your spirit, lift your spirits and that sort of thing. But there's something comes to an end with this, you know, whatever is going on in your head and where you're wanting to go, whatever is holding you off from doing something, exploring something, or moving somewhere, exploring something or someone along the way there. So beautiful. And I feel like that's not in the not too distant future as well. So like with these reads, these are going to be fortnightly now. And the alternate week there's going to be, I will do it's like a healing, there's a series of energy healing as well with crystals and the cards as well, but it's in focus, I'm not actually really sure how it's fully going to be focused, so we're just going to wing it for a bit and see what's where spirit guide me to go. But it's more to do with healing, but and channeling through messages that are coming from some of my other worldly guides, basically to bring through messages for each of us in alignment with our star signs too. So I can catch as many people, or we can catch as many, connect with as many people as we can with them. So then we're going into you with the Three of Cups. I am here to be celebrated. So it's kind of like, yes, you know, going into that. There's a lot of emotional stuff about you going there. I feel like there's three people here celebrating you, but you celebrating you as well. So this is where I feel like there is something about you maybe not celebrating yourself or not giving yourself enough credit. But it may be like there's something that you've accomplished or accomplishing soon or now. Very, very interesting. So the Princess of Wands talks about, I ignite the impossible. And so this is you, okay? This is you, igniting the impossible. So I kind of really want to take my hat off you, but, you know, for some of you, well, for all of you really, but some of you, and you'll know what I mean by that. And I feel like, because some of you have like underplayed or downplayed yourselves, okay? So the challenge is to, not to like, you know, talk yourself up in an egotistical way, but it's like ego is good, and you know, when we don't go too far, that's ego's there for, is, you know, is there is a purpose for ego, but however it's going in, you know, when our ego flips too you know, too much to this side, where we go into overthinking things, like super overthinking things, and our energy is so heightened. And then we go into the other side where our energy is like lowered, and it, you know, there's that egotistical side on that side, or the ego in a lower vibration or energy. But then if we got our balance, where there we have that ego there, which is a good thing, I believe. But it's like I say, with everything there's balance, because that's what helps us to like drive us forward. It's like the ego is there to, like, in a way, to help lift us as well and to get us moving. But like I say, we go too far that way, it can become not a good thing. Go too far that way, and it can become not a good thing as well. So there is a balance, okay? There is a balance there, so it's about balancing that. Anyway, the Princess of Wands talks about, I ignite the impossible, and that's where they're going with that. So I do feel like, you know, this is about, the challenge is realizing that there's a new beginning in that. The Princess of Wands in this deck is the same as the Page of Wands in other decks, and, you know, more traditional decks. They would call it the Page of Wands. So it could be a female or a male or a female energy. So there may be a female energy, or you may be that female energy, or there may be a female energy that comes in that may ignite the impossible in you, or help you to ignite the impossible in you. Who is a fire sign as well. I'm hearing somebody, there may be an air sign in your life that may give you like a jolly up as well, like get going sort of thing. But I do feel like this Princess of Wands is you, and this is about you igniting the impossible and acknowledging yourself for that, because I do feel like for a good portion of you you've done this multiple times before, and now you're in another situation, maybe not exactly this before, but you're in another situation where you are igniting the impossible or heading into doing that. Then we have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups talks about, I am lavished by all the good things in life. So there is knowing that, there is some sort of movement towards it, in this advice is knowing that, being in the now and being present and recognizing that actually, so there's that gratitude and that faith and that trust, that gratitude, yes, it's already there with me, I already have all that, all your senses are open and receiving, but also giving as well, because that's what all these cups are. Oops, it's like, the cups in this one is like there's something coming to an end with the nine, that you actually realize that, with things are coming together, falling into place, like you're seeing it, you're feeling it, you're tasting it, you're touching it, you're smelling it, and you're hearing it. All your senses are like are starting to come together in that sense, that actually you're more in that knowing of, yeah, I've got this, okay, or yes, I'm on the right track, okay, in that sense. So it's like you're moving with you coming to that conclusion. It's like, okay, I can move on now. I can move into the next stage, the next phase, because I've got what I needed to know. Okay, then we got the Six of Pentacles and the Hierophant, so which is, that possible outcome. Okay, so in this one, I have more than enough. Okay, so it kind of follows on from this, what we were just talking about here with the Nine of Cups. There's more of that. There's that super amazing realization, with the outcome, that you actually do have more than more than enough, and more than you thought you had as well. So it's in that realization, well, actually, I've got all I need. I'm fine, and I've got all I want. And it's not saying that there's that stops there, but it's just that realization in the sense of manifesting, putting that in, that actually, yes, I've got it now, and it's moving into the next phase of gathering, creating, building, whatever it is, inviting, receiving, lavishing more of the good things in life. Okay, there's more to come, basically. And the teacher, the Hierophant is the spiritual teacher, talks about I am the teacher, I am the teacher of universal law. This one here, there's the Hierophant. So there is a sense of a spiritual awakening, you could say. Not that you're not spiritually awakened, a lot of you out there, but it's just like, there are different things, different epiphanies, different energies. It's just like, it takes you to maybe another level, another way of seeing things, another way. It's like there's the sense of a little bit more peace than what there was before, maybe, but an epiphany to something that you're working through or working on now as you're moving into this another phase in your life. Or wrong cards, this one here. Okay, the energy oracle cards, there's something that's there. Now, just know that I actually have shuffled these cards really well before, so I'm just shuffling them again anyway to get the cards out. Now, what have we got? Okay. A caring connection, number 14. So there's a new, there's a new caring connection that's possibly coming up for you. And it's number 1 and number 4, so it's 14 there. So something new is coming, and it's going to be quite grounding for you, and it'll help ground you. But you may be already in a relationship, a romantic one, a caring romantic relationship. There may be a new element of that coming through, which is making you feel a little bit more grounded. So whether you're a male or a female energy, this is for you. So there's something new that's happening in there, and it's more grounding, or you're grounded, it's more grounded than what it was before. And it may be that you are going into a brand new relationship for some of you, where it's, where there's that feeling of grounded or security, that sense of security, that sense of grounding, and that sense of, something being in a firm, like being in a firm relationship. So some of you may actually be getting married, and some of you may be getting engaged. Some of you, it may be that you're entering into a new relationship. Others of you, it may be like there is a relationship, but there's a newfound love so maybe there is, in that relationship. So it could be seen as like a renewal of the vows or something like that. And then we have the goddess of the moon, which is number 52. 5 is about energy, okay? It's like, you know, that law of attraction, something which you put out. So be mindful about how you vibrate things. It's like, you know, when we're in that space of love and vibrating of that energy, when we're in the space of positivity and looking for possibilities or to, you know, of how to, a solution, you know, creating a solution or building a solution, finding a solution to shift things. It's like being in that right energy and being open to those opportunities that come to you, that or the ideas and the inspiration to, you know, as how to apply that, you know, take it like basic, you know, create it, shape it, transform it, and grow it, basically. So there we go there with the goddess of the moon, okay? And she brings in that energy. So just watching the moon cycles and going with the flow of the highs and the lows of the moon cycle, and you know, you can feel it, you know, you know, like certain parts your energy will start to, and depending on what your what the planets are, the light of, it's like you can shift your mood. So this is about being in that conscious awareness space, you know, consciously aware of more so than what you were before. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, but it will happen, and it's like you're starting to take note of things. Okay, so then we have number 12, the temple path. So I'm just showing here, in like with the temple path, there's a sense of peace and quiet, tranquility. Okay, tranquil. I just think I made it. I think I just made out a new word, tranquility. Anyway, I think you know what I mean. A more tranquil way. So there's a space and being more at peace, and you know, that sort of energy, the temple path, and number 1 and number 2, that's number 12 on there. So there's a new beginning that talks about a new beginning with relationships. So there's a shift which is going back into there. That shift in relationships, probably a romantic one, may not be for everybody though, but 2 is about relationships. So there may be, or the idea of going into one or leaving one. So there may be, you know, for me, like I say, 2 is about relationships, and there may be that somebody you may be bringing in. It might be a partnership, a friendship, or somebody maybe just coming into your space. And it's about, basically, it's how we relate to others and them to us. But it's also, for me, I talk about, you know, it's about our relationship with ourselves, basically. So I feel there's a two-way thing going on there. Some of you, it's definitely looking at yourself. And, you know, building on your relationship with yourself and how you rock and how you roll in life and understanding yourself a bit more. Others is there's that, and also others that are helping us to understand that a bit more. So sometimes there may be a rocky relationship or friendship with, you know, even relations, you know, like loved ones or something like that. Could be your partner, but it's helping to build a relationship with ourselves and viewing ourselves. And healing ourselves, shifting out of some limiting belief patterns and stuff like that, and learned ones. And, you know, there may be some addictions or some, not addictions, or habits, you know, well, that could be addictions, depending on how you look at it. Some habits that you're wanting to break free of, and that you may have seen patterns and things like that. And realizing, actually, oh my God, I need to change that. I don't like that about myself and the way that I respond to so and so and so and so and so and so, or this and that, or whatever, okay? Whatever it is. But it's beautiful. And okay, this one, I'm just like, this is one from the angels. Oopsie daisy. There we go. Okay, now we're just going to shuffle this way. I just kind of wanted to see where I'm going to straighten them up a bit. Okay. So, what have we got? Oh, there we go. What, just don't have to shine your light, basically, and trust. Those are the final words for you, okay? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now for you, Aries. We're going to leave that there with you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity and abundance, okay? So remember, though, next week, I will see you next week, but it will be for something slightly different. Like I say, I'm not too sure how this is going to roll. I have an idea, which is kind of what I explained before, but I guess it's kind of, you know, it's just the way spirit work with me. So it will